This Specialized calls this the smart weld. The question is the position of the weld smart enough for you? It's very obvious actually.
Correct.
The weld.
The difference is that one this one not so obvious this one is because I read on the website, they say they move it back there.
It used to be here, right?
Correct. Here. Cannot see So I think they move it here for certain reason They sure have like.
Iskandar, thank you so much for coming to my show in my car park. You have the 2022 Specialized Allez. Can you tell us more about your bicycle? This is the latest Allez from Specialized. It's a bit different from the older one now. It looks a bit more like a SL7. How long have you been cycling, and why did you buy this bike?
Okay, hi, evening everybody. I'm actually a COVID cyclist but I was introduced to cycling quite young by my uncle through the BMX racing and everything. But after that, then got into motorcycling, then stopped cycling. Then since COVID, take the chance to cycle back Started with oldie with my wife, then upgraded from the OEM Brompton to Buddy, then from Buddy to Mini Velo, then from Mini Velo, then from all my Mini Velo kakis all start to poison one another. We max out the Mini Velo, then everybody say now time to change to road bike already. Then one by one change to road bike, then follow.
So Mini Velo is like a Foley, but it's with drop bars.
No, it's not a Foley. Okay. It's a so-called a small road bike same geometry as a road bike, but with a 20-inch wheels, and it can really draft road bike.
So after that, then you bought, you got into a serious, like a proper road bike
correct.
So
before that, I was riding a Buddy, and like also, like want to go fast also. Then move up to Mini Velo, then after that max out the Mini Velo also. Then okay lah, now time to change to road bike And then from then on start the road bike. Then I started off with Bianchi XR1, a cheap one second hand one I bought to try it out because I got some health issue, so I scared I cannot go onto the drops and bend too long. But surprisingly, I'm more comfortable on the drops. So after that, slowly I got the titanium, the Linsky, which I like a lot because very comfortable, the geometry very relaxed, and I can ride very long on the bike. Then, but eventually, like, I think I want something to rempit
So why did you buy a titanium, and why did you buy like a carbon bike, like a Giant?
I had the Bianchi XR1 before. That is carbon bike. That is the first XR one that came out. I bought second hand. It was a good bike. But after that, my colleague wanted to buy the bike so much that okay lah, I sell.
Okay.
Then, but I actually wanted a titanium for long rides like I tour a lot on my motorbike last time. So since COVID, right, so I thought when open can ride to JB or maybe somewhere like long rides so titanium is the best option. When I do the research, they say titanium is a good option to ride long rides comfortable. So when I buy it, I say okay right, but when I ride with my group, the peloton, right, the pack you can drive but after that you feel like tak cukup the something like not enough like that.
Is it because it's too heavy or
it's
not aero?
Not heavy it's something like speedboat and cruise boat. It holds nicely the speed. You can roll 35, 36 to 40, but you don't feel the surge on the bike. You don't feel like the rempit.
Yeah. Actually, I came across you when I saw your Strava profile. You went to JB 4 a.m. in the morning. How was it? You wake up so early? Any traffic at the causeway? How's it cycling in Malaysia?
My friend told me last minute. The night before, he asked me, he said, hey, want to go? I said, the two of us, I said, okay, can. Then because he was my working colleague, we ride together quite often also. He also was an experienced rider so okay we got the same wavelength So I just follow him We actually met at 5 AM near Woodlands. The traffic was smooth sailing, very clear, and we rode in up to Kulai, had breakfast there, do the morning prayers, then we continue riding. Was quite an eye opener because of the view and especially the traffic. The people and the motorists there, they really respect and very cyclist friendly. They like, because when we travel at the kampung road, right, the two-way road, right, the single lane, the lorry behind, they literally wait for you, because when sometimes the road have road shoulder, then you cycle road shoulder, sometimes don't have, so you have to cycle really very close to the curb, and they cannot overtake because got incoming car. They wait for you and they don't like horn or like what, they just okay. Then after that, when they want to overtake, they do the 10. They signal you that okay, I'm coming. Then they wave at you like, wow, you cycle also, you like shock. You feel safe, no? Really, I feel more safer cycling there than here. Sorry to say.
But how is the road condition in Johor?
About the same, but yeah, some potholes you are really like big lubang also. But quite okay lah, I see. And where can you get 4-5% gradient, 3-4-5 km in Singapore?
Mount Faber lah.
Mount Faber also a while only. This one like you very nice lah. You know, the scenery also very nice, and the people also very nice. The kampung people also like happy to see you cycle there. Very nice lah.
So you have to go onto the motorbike lane, is it? Through the customs?
Yeah, going to the car lane, then after that you cross over the curb, follow the motorcycle lane, then go into the manual counter. That is the minus point because if you have many motorcycle queuing, then you have to follow the queue. That's why when we got caught up when we on the way back, the queue was quite long, and it was around noon time.
I see.
That queue was very hot.
I want to try, but I'm afraid that it's very far for me. I need to bring all my spare tubes, everything later kena pancit or whatever.
Actually, you should try. Yeah. You should try. I just brought that day. I brought my friend bought CO2 and a spare tube, and then bring money. That's all we, because it's like the same thing. Here also you pancit also still the same.
Here got a lot 7-Eleven, 100 meters 7-Eleven, another 100 meters another
7-Eleven also don't have tube also. If pancit also you need to change yourself also. But there okay lah. I brought also 2 water bottles. Then other than that, we cycle as per normal lah.
So that was the Linsky. You went to JB or
I
was
went
this
with the Linsky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now on to this bicycle. How long have you owned this bike?
This bike, I think about less 2 months like that.
Okay.
Yeah, about 2 months.
Why did you buy why did you buy this bike?
Actually, I kind of like the frame, the color, and the design of the. I like this type of color because it don't look dirty, tak nampak kotor. So because I quite OCD a bit.
It's a matte paint, is it, or?
It's like they call it the silky matte. Matte but like got polish also. Then it resembles the SL7.
Yeah.
I cannot afford the SL7. So, but then do a lot. Before I bought, I did read a lot of research. Do the YouTube research and all those reviews on this bike. Then because of the threaded bottom bracket, and then because the SL7 come with the press fit, right? So they change it to the threaded. Then the molding and everything. A lot of my friends ask, you don't the welding you okay? I say okay. Nothing. So you okay?
But the good thing is it's integrated. I mean the cables are now hidden already. Finally,
everything inside. No more outside.
Can I ask you how much is the price of the frame?
The frame they're selling at 2.4K
in Specialized Singapore.
Singapore, yeah.
Okay. What is the size of the frame and what is your height?
My height is 171. My inseam is very low. According to my size, they say I should ride 52, but my inseam is 74, 75. So I took a 49.
Is it okay for you, 49?
Yeah, it's very comfortable for me. Because my size is within 49 to 51 range like that.
So you've tried carbon, titanium, and aluminium.
Yeah.
Which is the best frame, best material?
The titanium.
Titanium.
The titanium is very comfortable.
But you say cannot rempit lah.
Yeah lah. I mean, if you're talking about you want to go Audex 300 or you want to go touring, the titanium is the best option to me.
Because of comfort.
True, comfort. You can literally sit on the bike for 2 hours non-stop, and you can come down from the bike and still feel fresh.
Will you get a steel bike?
I actually
Your wife is behind the camera.
actually the standard really caught my eye, but maybe later.
Yeah, the standard was the one I filmed last week.
Very nice.
It looks very
really
nice.
Like,
Yeah.
I saw that day the last one.
Yeah,
very nice.
it's nice frame. So do they have S-Works for the Allez, or it's only Specialized?
I think only specialized for the Allez Sprint. No S-Works. Because S-Works, I think for carbon.
The tarmac version or
correct.
what? Okay.
But for this model, I think they have the specialized sports or something. The
Expert and all those.
But for this new model, they only have this. They don't have the entry level one.
Okay, so it's only one standardized frame lah.
Only the group set you can choose what you want.
But you bought this as a frame only, right?
Frame and the group set.
Okay, so you have Ultegra Di2.
Yes.
But the RD is a bit different. Just now when you were shifting gears, I asked you how come the RD looks. It sounds different when you shift. So this is the Ultegra RX.
RX, yeah. This one I think the gravel one, because the one with the clutch.
Okay, so you can adjust the tension.
You can when you on, the chain slap become lesser, but got a bit more resistant.
Have you tried adjusting it?
Yeah, I tried to on, and when you cycle, you feel like a bit more resistant. I don't know, maybe I'm tired or what, but according to some of them, they say no difference.
Okay.
But I feel a bit of difference. Because they say they don't have stock for the original Ultegra, so they just put there, say, oh, okay lah. So no difference.
Very big chainring. This is 53.
Yeah.
39? 36?
Yeah, 39.
53, 39.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell us more about the wheel set. You actually have one more wheel set. When I took the Instagram questions, it was not on this Polaris.
Yeah.
It was on the other one, which is Bontrager.
Bontrager Elus Pro 3V. Because when I bought the titanium, it came with these wheels. So when I bought this, I put this Polaris in. I find it like a bit sluggish and a bit heavy. But after you roll above 35, it was really nice.
The Polaris.
Yes.
Because it's very deep, right? What is the depth?
69 mm.
Wow.
And the wheels are quite wide. That's why when I'm using 28 mm, it's really like flush together the wheels. But only thing when you moving off a bit. So the builder say he got one suggestion for me. So when you move off, you try to move off with a smaller chain ring, the front one. So after that you switch. Before this, I tried on my Bianchi also, the 69 mm. It was on a mechanical group set. A bit difficult for me to do that because mechanical to change from big to change like a bit leceh, troublesome. But on the i2, quite smooth when the changing. But still okay. But surprisingly for 69 mm wheels, the wheels climb well and holds the speeds very well. For this one is the prototype one. He's building the hub. So this is...
What hub is this?
This is the one that the prototype one.
So it's an in-house Polaris.
Correct. He's doing this hub for testing. So he just let me whack the hub. See how the... And I told him, I gave him the feedback for this type of wheels, it really needs the higher engagement to drive the wheel.
Can you tell us more about this brand, Polaris? Some of my international viewers might not heard of this brand. I mean, I know it's a Singaporean brand, right? Are they made in Singapore? Designed in Singapore?
Designed by the engineer guys, the Essen. He owns this company.
Oh, okay, so it's by Essen. Essen Bikes, right?
Essen Bikes, yes.
Okay.
Actually, he sent these wheels for review to Top Peak and Hamdini.
GC Performance.
GC Performance. He sent a few, and I think they have got quite a lot of good reviews also.
How much are these wheels retailing for?
Depending on what hubs are you using. They have the DT350, the DT240 and the DT180. The DT180 is the most expensive one with the raw carbon look. I think that one costs 3,000 plus, I think.
Okay.
For the cheapest one come with the DT350.
Okay. So far, you enjoying these wheels, or when do you use this and when do you use the Bontrager?
For Sunday morning ride, 40 km and below, I will use this one. For long rides, to climb, I will use this wheels.
Do you feel, because it's so deep, do you feel the crosswinds?
Actually, frankly speaking, Singapore no crosswinds.
TMCR?
TMCR also don't know. I only felt the real crosswind when I was using the Bianchi. The first time I used this wheel at Yishun Dam. That time I was running back home because rain coming, and that was really the wind coming from the side. And then I feel, then after that he came back and okay.
But I think any very deep use you will definitely feel crosswinds, right? Because even on my NVs, because the fact that it's deep, any kind of wind you can feel it, but after a while you get used to it.
Correct. But don't know. I used this wheel for almost more than 6 months. I have never had any like scary issue. Even like sometimes we my weekend ride we do on West Coast Highway also. Sometimes I will do on the outer lane. I mean we do like side by side on the outer lane. Then some lorry pass by or what. I still like not like to the extent that I must slow down the bike or what. A bit okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, coming back to the frame, I think a lot of people want to be curious about how is the performance in terms of stiffness, flexing, climbs on flats. Is it aero?
Stiffness wise, frankly speaking, I cannot feel the difference between my old Bianchi because I rode the Bianchi, the carbon, and this one. But the harshness, it's very harsh.
Very harsh because it's alu?
I think so, maybe. Starting when I ride the bike, I feel like, oh, this bike, serious. You can feel everything on the road. But especially when you use the 25mm tire, because I used my friend's Hyper wheels before to test on the 25mm. But that one really, you can feel literally anything on the road.
Oh, okay. But the fact that it's harsh, do you think that means there is more power transfer and it's very stiff?
Yeah, you can feel when you put down the power, you can feel the bike go.
Rempit lah. That's why you wanted it. Okay. Yeah. What is your cockpit? What handlebars you have here?
Actually, when I bought this, it came with the SS7 stem and the Roval handlebar, but they don't have the 38mm, so they gave me the 40mm. So I just use But after 2-3 rides I find it like I'm not comfortable because I'm very used to the 380mm. So and I'm all my bikes before I use this Control Tech Kuga handlebar recommended by my mechanic, the Gentle Giant. So I sold the Roval. Then I bought this one, put back, then I feel comfortable .
But why didn't you continue with the SL7 stem?
The SL7,
is this
is the SL7 stem.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't come with the SL7 cap or something like that. I also don't know they got cap.
Okay. What about saddle?
The saddle is the specialized power saddle. I don't know whether this one is the new one or the old one.
Looks new because I also have the power, but then the texture looks a bit different.
Yeah. And it's comfortable because I used to ride on the Pro Stealth saddle. I use that saddle all the way, and it's very comfortable . But this one I tried, also okay, so I just keep it .
I wanted to try the Pro Stealth. So I mean, you tried Pro Stealth and power. I mean, saddle is a very personal thing.
Yes, correct.
Which one do you think has much more comfort and?
Actually, both same but the Pro Stealth I'm more comfortable on it actually. But since this one have so I sayang just use .
Okay. The junction box is on the saddle, is it? The seat post?
No, on my handlebar. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The biggest question is why mountain bike pedals?
Actually, because when I started clipless from my Foldy, I already used this pedal very long. I use this pedal very long already. The Loop X-Race carbon. So I have 3 or 4 shoes. So if I were to change the pedal,
your shoes
I need to change the shoes. So then I tried my friend normal road shoes. I see like no different . And also when cycling also I say okay, I still can keep up. So I just use Then some more I can walk easily with this. Then
have you tried road shoes?
The road, I tried.
Do you feel is any different? Because one is, I think usually mountain bikes shoes are not as stiff, right? A bit it flexes a bit.
Actually, not all This one come with the carbon sole. So the stiffness is, they say +10. So about the same as the mid-range Shimano shoes also.
So you will stick to mountain bike pedals?
Yeah. Inside my pack, I think I'm the only one using.
Okay. What is the weight of the bike? Okay, let's talk about weight with the Polaris.
I think around 8.7, 8.8.
But do you know the weight of the frame?
The frame, they say this frame is a bit heavier than the old Allez.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I don't know what's the weight, but they say it's heavier than the old Allez.
Okay.
But they say, like according to the review, they say it's 40 seconds faster in the 40 kilometer range mark.
So about 800 grams? Or more?
I think more.
More than that? Okay. What do you dislike about the bike?
Dislike? The price.
I think 2005 is okay. I don't know. Is there any other cheaper aluminium frames, maybe Giant or?
Actually, I like the Elu. I was considering between Cat 13 before this came out, and I got a lot of friends riding my MV friends who moved to RB. They have a lot of the old LS sprints. I got I think 3 or 4 guys riding the old LS. I tried the bike before, then see like okay like not much different. Then the geometry also okay. So when this came out, I was like, okay, the frame nicer. Then the main thing is the threaded bottom bracket because the Cat 13 the bottom bracket that puts me off.
What brought the bottom bracket standard?
I have a lot of friends saying that got creaking sound then they got that problem after doing still the same. Then because for me the sound on the bike I very particular.
Yeah, creaking bottom bracket is the
I
worst.
really cannot
Yeah, cannot tahan when you cycle suddenly you hear something off, right?
Even the chain, like even if the chain is dry when I cycle I really like cannot. I very particular on that thing.
Okay. I move on to Instagram questions. Oh, actually I got one more point. What bottle cages are these?
These are given to me by my mechanic from Gentle Giant Secretary. He has these 2 extra. So he gave to me this the Freedom.
How do you take it out? Can you demo?
Just pull
just pull.
something like that.
Okay,
so just pull like that.
Oh, okay. Is it easy to take out when you're cycling?
Yeah, very convenient because no need to aim the lubang on the thing. So just slot in.
But because your bottle is very near your top tube, right? Does it hit the frame?
No, you just pull sideways.
Like just how you did.
Because all plastic. So quite okay.
Okay.
And actually this color way come with the mirror specialized. The wording on the specialized cannot see. The like transparent. So these decals are all done by the Gentle Giant craft.
So this is not original?
No.
Okay.
This one is done, the decal done. This one done by Gentle Giant craft.
So the original is white, is it, or?
It's transparent. Really, you cannot see. You must go nearby, then you can see. Got sticker.
Oh, okay. I thought this was the factory
no.
decal.
This one I do on my own. So this color way only I have in Singapore. only my bike.
But the fork is always.
The fork is like that. Yes.
Okay,
the fork is raw like that.
Okay. Okay, so we will move to the Instagram Q&A. If you guys want to ask your questions, you can follow me on Instagram. Send me your questions. So the first question, is it worth the money?
Yalah, buy already masih worth.
So if it's not this, it will be the Cannondale.
Yalah, actually I almost bought the Canon Cat 13
But
almost.
it's not as cheap, right? I think the Cat 13 is more expensive.
Yeah, also come with because the Cannondale come with the SRAM rival. So I was a bit skeptical about the SRAM group set because I never used it before, and then it come with the smaller chainring and the big cassette. So I'm a low cadence rider. So I scared I cannot adapt to that setup. So then later must change again problem.
Okay.
So I think I better stick to whatever that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah. Why is your stem not slam?
Why must slam?
Do you go for bike fit?
Actually I follow the CRZ, one of the Filipinos YouTube also. He did the bike fit. I mean online, and I interact with him through social media also. Something like online bike fit. He teach me how to do it online because cannot go. So roughly he teach me the biomechanical tuning and the bike fitting.
So you did it all by yourself?
Yeah. So roughly I do it by trial and error. Since my Bianchi one, I do trial and error. Then I ride. I do get the feeling. Then I adjust until at one point I like you rounded the seat post, screw everything. Break one of my, I think the titanium. I broke the seat post clamp also.
Oh my god.
I tightened until broke.
So now do you have a torque wrench?
Yeah, no,
Do you believe in a bike fit? Will you ever get one? Will you ever go for a bike fit?
I think I would rather spend the money belanja my wife makan.
Is it because the bike fit is just too expensive?
Yeah lah, I think the price okay lah. I mean, if you can afford, why not? But I had friend who go, and the adjustment is 5mm here,
very minor,
10mm there.
Yeah.
And not worth the money to me. So sorry.
I think I have the same opinion. I don't want to debate with people who went for bike fit, because like you said, you got the money, then you go for it lah. Because I play my parts, move here, move there a bit.
Correct. You feel it yourself.
Yeah. And then I know which is the right position for me. But if you want shortcut, quick and easy, just go for the bike fit. You pay $500, $1,000.
Because my sifu also say my sifu, the fast boy he also say the best bike fitter is the rider itself. Because you feel your bike.
But maybe the newbies wouldn't know how to do it. Then you have to go.
But you need to ride and feel the bike. Because like a lot of people ask also, why you never slam the stem? I can slam the stem. We look nice to you, but will not be comfortable for me. I can ride only for 30 km. After that, back all pain, but go back, then I come down from the bike, I don't feel good. Yeah. No point also.
Last time I remember when I had my Giant TCR, I wanted to be like the pro, so I slammed my stem, I put 140mm stem. I went for a 100 km ride. Whoa, cannot man. It's too back pain and everything. That was, before bike fitting became very popular. Okay, I'll ask the next question is, what happens to the cables when you want to slam the stem? So because it's integrated, right? How do you, can you still put it inside the frame?
You can still slot in and I think pull inside some more. Because I think the two holes the cables are.
Okay. Do you have a lot of slack now? Or you haven't tried opening it?
So far never. Only because my mechanic did make it nicer a bit to put the cable nicer. If not, the cable will come straight like that. So he pull to make it like that, then make it nicer.
Okay. Because like I said, you have the Bontrager wheels. Why did you put track wheels on Specialized?
I really actually don't know. Bontrager is track. I also don't know.
It's by track lah.
By track
Why did you get this one?
Actually, I told you it came with my titanium. My titanium bike. So, this actually these wheels can only go up to 80 psi.
Oh.
They got certain limit.
The wheels? The rims?
The rims, correct. Can go up to 80 psi. So I run it on 76 psi, and it's very smooth. Very comfortable.
Clinches?
Yes. It like so-called deviate away the harshness.
This Specialized calls this the smart weld. The question is the position of the weld smart enough for you? It's very obvious actually.
Correct.
The weld.
The difference is that one. This one not so obvious. This one is because I read on the website, they say they move it back there.
It used to be here, right?
Correct. Here. Cannot see one. So I think they move it here for certain reason. They sure have like, I'm not a specialized welder, so I don't know why.
So the SL7, the next question is why use SL7 stem if you're not using SL7 spacers for a clean look? The bike came with the SL7 stem.
The bike I bought the SL7 stem and the SL7
bar,
the roll bar with the cover thing. But I'm not comfortable with the handlebar. So my friend want to buy, and I didn't want to take out the stem because too troublesome. If I take out the stem, I need to take out everything. So he also said he don't want the stem.
Okay.
So okay lah.
Is it really a super bike like the advertisement says it is?
I also don't know what is super bike like, so I cannot say, but it can go fast.
Why not a 12-speed group set? Since you just bought this bike, why are you still running the 11 speed?
I hope I really want, but I really hope I get the money. If I got the money, why not? But
okay.
Actually, this one I think good enough already because you also not 12 speed. You also never use the whole
the whole range, right?
Yeah.
How does it compare to a carbon frame? I think you already answered this. Any real advantages besides not cracking in a crash? What is the other advantage of an alu frame compared to a carbon?
Advantages not much lah to me, macam like normal carbon maybe because from I bought this actually because for can last longer because they say carbon got time frame after certain period, like for Elu you can pass it down to my grandchildren
Yeah.
So
Titanium also can.
so then like maybe if you want to go for mini races or what, can use, and then if you crash at least still can save the
So
carbon.
mainly crash lah. I mean, if you crash it, you don't have to worry about it cracking.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Okay. Any issue with the seat post? The previous Allez had their seat post slipping down randomly.
So far I use it no issues because I think this one is using the SL7 exact seat post, and the clamp using this type of clamp, not the one that on the frame one, right? So I think should be
So far no issue. Do you have to put carbon paste?
I'm not sure because it
built by the bike shop. Okay. Last question is, what chain loop do you use, or are you using wax?
Using the rock and roll gold chain loop.
So it's still it's not wax lah.
No wax.
Will you try wax? Now most people are using wax already. Why do you still use loop? Is it faster?
Don't know. Because I use wax on my motorbike chain before. After a while, like very noisy.
Oh yeah, it's noisy.
That's why I don't like the sound.
But it's cleaner.
Cleaner is it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't like the sound.
Okay, like you said just now, you don't like bottom bracket creaking or whatever. Okay.
So especially the chain dry sound, very irritating that one.
Okay. I think that's all the questions because we answered everything. Anything you want to top up or?
So far nothing. Just say hi to me when you see me on the road.
Okay. See you in JB.
Yeah, good. Can try. Really, actually, don't be scared. Just enjoy. Now since can open the border open already, just go and explore.
I always browse Facebook comments and people talk about going to JB. They are very afraid kena rompak, getting robbed, and then they don't want to bring their expensive bikes there. A lot of potholes. Is
Actually,
that true?
I went in before this. I went in the eve of Hari Raya with my Shifu. He rode the Pinaro gravel, and with another two of my friend, one F12, and the other one, what bike I can't remember. Focus I think. We went in okay, like if you scared people driving Lamborghini also, people drive in going JB also. You want to kena rob, you ride bicycle also, they will rob you.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you one chance to nominate one of your friends to come on my show. Do you have anybody to nominate?
I got many.
Choose one person who you want to come on the show.
Got many. Seriously.
Who you think will be the next one that will most probably will come here?
I think must call my Shifu. My Shifu, the one that we always ride with him. He's a national champion.
Can we say his name?
They call him Fast Boy.
Okay. Okay.
He got a shop.
I know it's just around here, right?
Correct. Crawford. Yeah. He was a national champion 2 years in a row. I think 2017, 2016.
Wow.
And I learned a lot from him. And learn to ride fast with him.
Yeah. So Fast Boy, if he's watching, please contact me. We'll get him on the show, then he can share with us.
You need to choose. You got many bikes.
Ask him to bring the most expensive one.
3 F12.
3 F12?
Serious. He got the pink one, the limited edition one. Then the one with the chameleon color. The red and black. Then I think the pink. He got many bikes.
Wow, Fast Boy, I will come and contact you later. After this. You're already nominated by Iskandar.
So he's the one who create the BBBU team. The BBBU is like the budak-budak baru up, so called a newbie.
Okay.
So like me, also a newbie. So consider I just started road biking on road bike. I think less than a year or so. So, enjoying the thing, and because previously I was, like I told you, I was actually having a medical problem last year.
Oh yeah, actually let's talk about that. You showed me a photo with you in the hospital.
Correct. Last year, towards the end of January, I did a major operation on my neck because the nerve was clamping. The bone was clamping on my nerve, and I had numbness on my hand. But when I go for MRI, the doctor say I need to do the ops ASAP. If not, I will become paralyzed. Then my wife also shocked. I also shocked. So he really say do it as fast as possible as soon as possible. But since Chinese New Year coming, so I think 3-4 days after Chinese New Year, straight away do the ops. Then I was bedridden for about a month like that. Then my wife and my mom took care of me.
Were you cycling already then, or you haven't?
Before that, I was cycling the foldy, the buddy and everything. Then I was 96 kg before that. Then after that, I lost about 20 plus kg until now.
Wow. What was the reason for that?
They say bone deterioration because I had slip disc ops before, 10 years back. So now I think because of the angle of the thing, so it went up, then the deteriorate the bone, then the bone clamp on my nerve. So starting I feel like numbness, then become weak, then I think like maybe I'm tired or what. Then I just go for my company checkup. Then they send me for X-ray, then they found something not right, so they asked me to send me for MRI. Then they saw the 3 parts that is very bad. So they say you need to go. If not, you will be paralyzed.
Wow.
Then I was like, oh, serious.
How has that affected your cycling? Has it affected you in any way?
Actually, because of the operation, I lose weight a bit. Then after that, I go into cycling, then I lose weight more. So now I became more healthier. Then I became more conscious about my health. I really take care of my health after that, and I appreciate health.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. Anything else you want to talk about, or?
So far, other than that, nothing. Because I just love cycling.
Yeah.
That's why. Then at my age also, I can keep up with those faster guys. I happy already. I go back.
Yeah, very big chain ring, man. 53.39.
A lot of my friends also say, "Oh, you crazy, crazy."
Yeah, man. 53.39. Can you climb with this? By very low cadence, right?
Actually, I climb with the big chain ring also.
Wow. Okay.
Because I started with low cadence. Because I need to keep my heart rate low. I so not young. So if I spin, your heart rate go up fast. Then you bong faster.
Yalah.
So I need to maintain and monitor my heart rate at this age.
Yeah. Okay. Iskandar, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Fast boy, you are next. Thank you guys for watching. All these replays are available on Spotify, and you can follow me on Instagram and Discord. And that is the end of the interview. Thank you again, Iskandar.
Welcome, you're most welcome, man.